Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to create OmniSend subscriber from Google Sheets. So here I've created a spreadsheet in Google Sheets where I'm adding some customers details. So in this case I want whenever a new detail is added, automatically using that detail a new subscriber should be created in my OmniSend account. So to automate this process we will use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect, in which we need to connect a trigger and an action. So in this process, our trigger application will be Google Sheets and our action application will be OmniSend. So to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, we are going to learn how to create a OmniSend subscriber from Google Sheets row automatically. So here I've created a spreadsheet in my Google Sheet with the name customer data. And here you can see I have taken some basic fields such as first name, last name, email, phone number, city, state and postal code. So in this case I want whenever a new detail is added in my Google Sheet, automatically using that detail a new subscriber should be created in my OmniSend account. So to automate this process we will use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. This is the homepage of Pabbly Connect. You can visit this page by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here you can see two options that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get free 100 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. After signing in, you can see all Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here you can see a create workflow button on the top right corner. So here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this button. Now in this create workflow dialog box, we have to give a name to our workflow. So here I'm going to give the name as create subscriber in OmniSend from Google Sheets. And now I'm going to select my folder as Google Sheets. You can select your folder as per your need. Also you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this create button. Now here in this workflow window, you can see two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards our trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up our trigger. So here I'm going to select my trigger application as Google Sheets and my trigger event as new or updated spreadsheet row. And here you can see we have received a webhook URL. That means we will use this webhook URL to connect our Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my Google Sheet account and created a spreadsheet with the name customer data. So here to integrate my Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this extensions and from here I'm going to click on add-ons. Now under add-ons, I'm going to select get add-ons. And here in Google Workspace Marketplace, we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. And then we need to install this Pabbly Connect webhooks in our PC. It is already installed in my PC, so here I'm going to move back. And now after installing Pabbly Connect webhooks in your PCs, you have to follow the same process. Now moving back. Now after installing the Pabbly Connect webhooks, you have to click on extensions and here you can see we have received the Pabbly Connect webhooks option. Under this you have to click on initial setup. And here you can see we have received two options, that are webhook URL and trigger column. So for the webhook URL, let me take you back to Pabbly window. Here I'm going to copy this webhook URL. Moving back to Google Sheet. Here I'm going to enter the webhook URL. Now after entering the webhook URL, here it is asking for trigger column. So basically the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent to webhook URL. So here in my Google Sheet, my trigger column will be the last data column, that is column G. So moving to extensions again, and I'm going to click on this initial setup. And now here I'm going to enter my trigger column as G. And now I'm going to click on the submit. And here you can see it says setup configured successfully. And because I have entered a customer detail already, so here I'm going to click on this send test. And here you can see it says test data sent successfully. So closing this window. Now here after initial setup, we have to perform another very important step so that Pabbly Connect should capture the easy response. So for that you have to click on extensions again and from here you have to click on Pabbly Connect webhooks and from here you have to click on send on event. By clicking on send on event, it will work like whenever a new detail is added, automatically Pabbly Connect will capture the response. Now moving back to Pabbly window. And here you can see we have received a successful response where we have received the state, postal code, phone number, last name, first name, email and city. So with this we have successfully set up our trigger. Now let's move to action step. Here I'm going to select my action step as OmniSend and my action event as create a subscriber. And now to connect my OmniSend with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your OmniSend account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. Now here to build a new connection, it is asking for API key. So following the instructions given below, here I have already logged in my OmniSend account. From here I'm going to click on my profile icon and from here I'm going to select store settings. Now under store settings, scrolling down, here I'm going to click on this API key option. And here under API key option, you can see we have received the option of creating a API key. So here I'm going to click on this. And now I'm going to give a name to my API key, that is Google Sheets. And then I'm going to click on this create API key. And here you can see we have successfully created a API key. So here I'm going to copy the API key. Moving back to Pabbly window, here I'm going to paste the API key. And now I'm going to click on this save. And here you can see we are successfully connected. So now moving forward, now here it is asking for line item, that is identifier type. So here I want my subscriber should be identified with the email. So here I'm going to select email, moving forward. And now it is asking for identifier channels. So again here I'm going to select email, moving forward. And here it is asking for line item, email or phone number. So here instead of entering the data manually, here I will map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I will map the data from the response I have received in my Google Sheets. Mapping makes our text dynamic so that whenever a new detail is added in my Google Sheet, automatically this previously existing details will be updated with the new one. So here I am going to map the email. Moving forward, here line item status will be subscribed. So here I'm going to select subscribed. Moving forward, and now the status date, source and order required field. So here I'm going to leave them blank. But if you want to add any of the value, then you can do it as per your need. Now moving forward, here for the first name, I'm going to map the first name. Then here I'm going to map the last name. Moving forward, again this tags, country and country code are not required. So here I'm going to leave them blank. Here for the state, I'm going to map the state. Moving forward, here I'm going to map the city. And lastly, here I'm going to map the postal code. So here I'm done mapping the data and now I'm going to click on save and send test request. Now before clicking on save and send test request, let me tell you again that some fields were not required. So here I've left them blank. But if you want to add any other detail, then you can do it as per your need. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see we have successfully received the response. So now let's go and check our OmniSend account. And here you can see we have successfully created a subscriber with the name demo user, email as demo123@pabblytunes.com. So with this, we have successfully set up our automation. Now let's test our automation to check whether it is working or not. So to test our automation, we need to add another detail in our Google Sheets. And for that, let me take you back to my Google Sheet. So here I'm going to enter another dummy data. And for that, I'm going to enter the first name as dummy, last name as user, email as dummy123@pabblytunes.com, a random phone number, city as Ajmer, state as Rajasthan, and postal code 305801. So here I've entered all the details and now let's go and check our OmniSend account. And here you can see we have created another new subscriber with the name dummy user, email as dummy123@pabblytunes.com. So with this, we have successfully tested our automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken a trigger as Google Sheets and an action as OmniSend, so that whenever a new detail is added in my Google Sheet, automatically using that details, a new subscriber should be created in my OmniSend account. If you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can contact us on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can contact us on www.pabbly.com. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.